Good morning. I am here with Melinda and James Sinley and going to ask them just some questions. I'd love to get to know them better, and they have a really inspiring story. At least I find it very inspiring. Maybe you will too. Hey James, hey Melinda.
Hi, Father.
Oh, we are at your new business, which is called Universal Cup Coffee, and I'd be really honored if you, first of all, just tell me a little bit about the business that you just recently opened, what it means to you and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we opened a coffee shop here in historic Avondale back in November, and we really wanted to build a place where families, friends, the community had a place to come to not just have a really awesome cup of coffee, but to be able to hang out, to maybe do some DIY nights or some paint nights, or just really focus on bringing families together with some good, wholesome fun.
Yeah, so it's really good coffee and it's really good community. Yeah, it is good coffee. I can totally testify. Now, James, tell us a little bit about just kind of your family background, your marriage, your family, and a little bit of sense of just kind of where you guys were at spiritually when you first got married and started living your life. Because when I look around your coffee shop, there's like a picture of Jesus drinking coffee. There's Mother Teresa. There's John Paul II. So it's a really cool coffee shop, but then there's just all this like religious stuff around. People would, walk in here and be like, wow, this is like a really religious coffee shop. What is this? So, but tell me where you were at the beginning of your marriage and your family and how you got to where you're at now.
Right, definitely. And if taken to the beginning of our marriage, I would have known Mother Teresa or John Paul II. Jesus, yes.
Okay, you had heard about Jesus.
I heard about Jesus, so I was good on that. I met Melinda, we started dating. Immediately, I started to have those strong feelings that she was it, she was the one. And so time went on, and I asked her at that point in time to be my wife and my bride, and the first thing she said was yes, and then the second thing she said was, you have to become Catholic.
Okay, you were not Catholic at the time, yeah.
I was not Catholic. I was baptized Catholic, but I never practiced the faith, actually. I never raised on the faith. And church wasn't important to me, but I did truly believe in God and loved Him. And so when Melinda said, you got to become Catholic, I was like, yeah, I'll do anything for you. That's how our marriage began. And that's where I became to be, just going through the motions and focusing on our careers. We knew there was an unsettling peace that was not inside of us. God was not a big component. Melinda was the leader at that moment in time. She would take our daughters. We had little girls that would go to Mass, and she was faithful. And it was, for me, I was like, hey, I'll go watch some football. And I never attended Mass, but she was the hard charger and continued taking them.
Yeah, so then what changed? I mean, what changed for you?
You know what? I think God used Father Lankin, and he did a series on Catholic 101 during his homilies. And at that time, I had that aha moment, like mortal sin. I was like, wait, I'm committing mortal sin in the way I'm living my life, and I need to get to confession. I started listening to Catholic radio to the point I was on fire, and it kind of, our roles had reversed. Now I was the one on fire, and she was like, hey James, slow down.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're getting like really serious about this. Yeah, so it was like the kind of the basic teachings of the faith that you were hearing. It was reckoning just with the sin in your life. But then how did that change like the way that you saw your relationship with God and the way you saw your role as a dad and a husband?
As soon as I placed God in the center, then it showed me how to be more self-giving and more loving towards Melinda and caring for her, being the husband she needed me to be, and just sacrificing myself for her.
Yeah.
And then it just trickled down to my kids and realizing the gifts they really were for me. At the time, I didn't really believe how much they were of a gift from God. Learning to be the role model for them, how important the father figure was.
Yeah. What do your kids think about mom and dad having this kind of religious themed coffee shop that's dedicated to good coffee and community?
I think they get a kick out of it. They're really excited. At least our oldest for sure. They really like it because they're not afraid to display their faith. Our home is where our church is basically, but now we're taking it out into the public and say, hey, this is who we are.
Just so you guys know that this is in the parish where I'm a pastor, and so it seems like a great place for me to bump into parishioners is at your coffee shop. Now, last question. Tell us about the logo. So the name and the logo of your coffee and your coffee shop.
Yeah, actually the logo I had the vision that I just, from the early church documents, the wax seal, everything was sealed with the wax. So I wanted the logo. Universal cup. Universal, as far as we know, it's a two-ply word. Coffee is the universal drink. Everybody drinks throughout the world,
right.
But universal is also means Catholic,
yeah.
So it's kind of our hidden theme.
Yeah.
The center of our business, as you can see, is the PX.
Right, the Cairo, right? So that's, for those who don't know, those are the Greek letters that start the name of Christ. So it's sort of like, but it's sort of like the heat coming off the coffee,
right?
And it's like then Christ. So what's the connection between Christ and coffee?
Christ, for me, it's I know it's we have it named as far as universal cup, a cup good for the soul. And we know that Christ is good for our soul. And we try to project that in everything, whether we're serving a simple cup of coffee or if somebody wants a fancy drink. We're like, hey, make sure I get this right for you. And just making sure that I'm conscious that I'm living my life according to what God's will for us.
It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. I love the Catholic intuition that like we can glorify God in all things. So like a great cup of coffee is a way of glorifying God and a way of serving others.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it's just great. I'm so proud to be your pastor. I'm excited about what the transformation that God has done in your life, and it's just an exciting story. So it's what's happening in your lives, and I'm happy to share that with others.
Thank you.
Catholic Breakfast, yeah, you're welcome. You're sort of unofficial sponsors of Catholic Breakfast, and we've shot some videos at your place. I really appreciate everything you've done for us. So, everyone, it's James and Melinda Sinui. Have a great day.